everybody, I'm coming to you today from my spare room. So I thought I would do something a little bit different, and I was going to show you my shift dress collection, which you can see is quite immense. But I thought it would be interesting to see all the different variations. This is one of my favourite patterns of ours, and I think it's because it's so versatile, but it's also because it's so quick and easy to make, and it can just look so different in each fabric. So here we are, here's Poppy, I don't know if you can see her, yeah, there she is in the corner of the screen. And we are going to, talk you through all of these. Some of them have really special memories for me because I can remember why I made them or something that I did in them when I was wearing them. So this one is my Indian shift dress, and it's made out of our luxury crepe. I put this Indian trim on the bottom because we sell these amazing Indian trims in the shop. And often people are like, I love them, but they don't know what to do with them. So I thought I could do this to show people what would look nice with them. So I've got plans, I think I told you about one actually, a black one I was going to make and put trim on it. I still haven't done that one, but I'm going to do that. So yeah, this one I really love. I feel it's quite 60s. I normally wear the shift dress with a belt, but this one I don't think I need to. I just like it simple, I guess, because it's got the detail there. I kind of like having nothing here. Poppy, are you going to stay still or are you going to scritch and scratch? I don't know if you guys can see, but this is the quilt from my book. I'm going to show you quickly. There it is, and there's the cushions as well. And there's Poppy. Okay, so first shift dresses. Okay, so this one. This one is made out of Georgette, so it is a little bit transparent, but like a lot of my dresses I wear a slip underneath them, so that doesn't bother me. And I remember seeing this fabric in the wholesalers and nobody was particularly buying it, so I thought, well, I'm going to get that. It looks a little bit dated on a roll, but I reckon it will make a great shift dress. And literally, I made this about 3 years ago, and every time I wear it, I get compliments on the fabric. And it was one of those things that I was like, well, I had the fabric in the shop for ages, and then until I made this dress, no one bought it. And then once I made it, everyone wanted it. But yeah, I really love this one. I don't actually have any special memories in this particular shift dress, but I just, it's one of those dresses when I put it on, I never take it off. So, you know, in the morning sometimes you get ready and you put a dress on, you're like, no, I don't know if that's right for today. This is not one of those dresses, I always wear it. Oh, my whistles one, which I talked to you guys about. This was one of my first things I vlogged about. Maybe it was the second month when I was vlogging and I made this. I can't remember if it's the first or the second. But I think I will remember it, and it will be special for that because it's one of the things I made in one of my first vlogs. And really pleased with the fabric and have already worn it a few times. So it's another one that I easily wear. And it's in a rayon, so I've gone drapey. This one is also one that I made last month. I've not yet worn it actually because it's been at the shows, but I think I will remember this one for being my one that I made for all the shows when I made 6 dresses in a week or whatever the crazy amount it was. But yeah, it's a really nice rayon, and we've got loads of this rayon actually still in the shop, so if you do like this dress, you can make this exact dress with that fabric. And here it is in a blue spot. This one is exactly the same quality fabric, and it's so it's sort of rayon viscose, but it's in this beautiful cornflower blue. And I had some of this fabric, I had it in the shop, and we've made quite a few things out of it. I've made a pussy bow blouse out of it. I made our silk cami out of it, which I think you've seen when I was showing you my sewing space. I was wearing the silk cami out of this fabric. And I also made a full circle skirt, which in my book So Over It Vintage, I'm wearing the combination of the silk cami and the skirt when I'm modelling a bag, I think. Anyway, I love this blue. It's such an unusual blue. And this dress will always be very special to me because this is the dress that I wore when I announced that I was opening our second shop in Islington. So so I can picture that day and I can picture that wearing that and the excitement. So it's nice when you have a dress that you remember something with. Oh, this one, you know I love sandwash silk. This is, I don't know if it's coming across as dusky pink on the screen, but this is a dusky pink, and it's made out of sandwash silk, and it is a beautiful beautiful fabric, but I just don't think this is the right fabric for this dress. So I think if I made it into a top it would be fine. I wore this dress to the Prima readers dinner last Christmas, and I was on the kind of main table and they had Fern Britton on the table and the editor of Prima and lots of various important people at the Prima magazine, and I had a static issue. No, I had a slip with me that was underneath and that was meant to not be staticky, and once again it was. So much so that you could see everything, all of my underwear. It was clinging to me so bad. I just remember thinking, I can't go in the room, I can't go in the room, how am I going to go in the room? And I went into the loo and I took my slip off and I tried, you know, seeing if that helped, but it didn't help. It made it even more clingy. So there's a very funny photo that I took, which I think is on my Instagram feed, that is of me and Fern Britton. And I was like, oh Fern, can we get a photo together? And she said, yeah, Lisa, stand up. I was like, no, I'm not standing up. So basically once I sat down at the table I refused to stand up because everything was clinging. There's this really lovely photo of her leaning over me as she stood up and I stayed sitting down as though I was some sort of injured soldier. But yeah, we'll always remember this dress for that reason, and I haven't worn it since then, and I think what I need to do is just cut it off so it's a nice top, because then it won't worry me. So I must do that. That's on my to-do list. Okay. Oh, this one. Yeah, this one I've had for a long time. And this dress reminds me of Georgie, who used to work for me. Georgie no longer works at Sew Over It. She did teach for a while, but she's now gone off travelling. But she was the first person that I hired at Sew Over It, and for some reason, I think I must have made this when she was still working for me, but the print particularly reminds me of her. So whenever I pick this dress out I think of Georgie, and that very special first year at Sew Over It when it was just the two of us running the show. And yeah, I love it. I really love it, and it's great because it's got this, I think it's like a very dark midnight navy in there. So I always think about that because as you can see, a lot of these things are long sleeved. I wear my shift dresses a lot more in the winter than I do in the summer, and I need to think about how tights will work with them. So this one does. This is like a cotton viscose, so I think it's a mix, it's a blend. So it feels very cottony, but it's still got that drape. So it's really lovely print. There you go. Okay, what else? I'm going to do all the long sleeved ones. This one, this one, another viscose one. I've just realised that is my fabric of choice when it comes to this pattern. This one, I absolutely love this print. Now I got this print from my local fabric shop, Mermaid Fabrics. It was something like £3 a metre. And again, on the roll it looked a little bit naff, and it looked a bit cheap, but in this dress I just think it's perfect. And I think it's perfect for this dress because it's quite a busy pattern, but because the dress is so simple it can just take it. So it feels like I'm just showing off the fabric. I'm not showing off the dress, I'm showing off the fabric, and this lovely colour. It's like a dull royal blue, so it's not too bright a royal blue, but yeah, it's lovely. It's also got kind of purpley undertones to it. And there is a photo of me in this on our shift dress site, shift dress page on the site, because I thought it was so special. It really showed the dress off. So, and I wanted to show people how you could be a little bit more bold with the fabric choices. No special memories for this one though, just beautiful fabric. Okay. And this one, so this one I was playing around with a bit of contrasting This is again in the luxury crepe. This is in the same fabric that I'm wearing, but I've also got the ivory luxury crepe in there as well. And I decided to put a cuff on it, and I've also put a cuff on the hem. I made this a little bit more A-lined, just because I think it would work better as a more 60s A-line shape. So this is slightly A-lined, but this one's more A-lined. And then I separated this out to create this section here. But I thought you guys might be up for, let me know if you want me to show you how I did that. It's really easy. It's quite nice to have fun with colour blocking. And so the first time I wore this, I Instagrammed it, and people were lovely and enthusiastic, and one lady said, oh yeah, it's got a real kind of convent-esque nun vibe to it. And I was like, what's she talking about? Then when I looked back at the photo, it did look like this white bit was a giant white collar, and I did look a little bit like a nun. So not the look I was going for, but yeah, does it look like that? Anyway, maybe it does. I think it's maybe I should have chosen a different colour for that part. But yeah, wear this one a lot. So on to the summer ones. This one is one of the first shift dresses I ever made, and it is made out of this beautiful embroidered cotton. I don't know if you can see. I think it's too bright for you to see it, but this fabric I bought from my first trip to India, so this dress will be very special because of that. And I remember exactly where I went. I went into this crazy market in Mumbai, and I bought this with a blue background and also with white. And yeah, I just remember thinking, oh, that would make a lovely, very simple dress. And this is a very lovely, simple dress. It's quite short, and I tend to wear it with skinny white jeans over like a tunic, and I made a white covered button for the back as well there. But yeah, I love this dress, very special. My India dress, my first trip in India when I fell in love with India. That's this dress, that's what that says to me. And what's over here? Oh, yeah. This one, now this is actually the first shift dress I ever made. So when I designed the pattern, I made it in this fabric, and this fabric is also from India. But I wore this dress so much that first summer after I opened Sew Over It, and there's a video, I don't think it exists, I don't know if I've got it on YouTube anymore, but there was a video that we made to promote Sew Over It, and I wore this dress. It's just really lovely colours. It's kind of Cath Kidston, but also stronger than Cath Kidston. And it's a cotton lawn, a really soft fabric, and I wear it with a belt cinching the waist in. But yeah, another really special shift dress. This one is my amazing dessert shift dress. This fabric is incredible. Can you see it? Yeah, basically loads of desserts. And I have shown you I've shown you this dress, I think. I was wearing it for my Q&As. But yeah, I absolutely love the fabric on this. This is from the Cloth House a few years ago. It's no longer there, unfortunately. But yeah, I just always get comments when I wear this. And I have it as a short top as well, because there was a bit of fabric left over, so I made myself a little top. I think I actually wear the top more than I wear the dress. But yeah, it's such a fun dress. And again, because of the fabric, it just, shows the fabric off so much. So this is the perfect pattern for showing off amazing fabrics. And then on to tops. Now I haven't even got all of my tops here. I just grabbed some of them. I think I've already put some away because they were the cropped ones that I did for you guys to show you how to do them. But you'll remember this one, which is that lovely Indian embroidered fabric that I made. Sorry, I didn't make the fabric, the embroidered fabric cropped shift that I made. But yeah, I love that. And then this was the first top I made from the shift dress. This was a dress first. Way back when I was doing, just started doing a blog post on what I've been sewing, I took a photo of this fabric and I was like, I've got a party to go to in 2 hours. Can I make it? And then I think I either tweeted, it was before Instagram, so I think I either tweeted or I Facebooked me 2 hours with all laid out before I went out, and then me out in it 2 hours later. And it was quite fun actually, because I think it was quite an exciting kind of thing for people to be following, like whether I actually was going to make it and whether it was possible. Because I always say to everyone, this dress you can make in 2 hours, and I think people don't believe me, but you can. So I basically wore it as a dress for ages, and then I decided to make it into a top, because again, people often would say, oh, I'm not sure if it would work as a top. But now this is my top that I take to our shows whenever I'm promoting our patterns, to show people how it looks great as a basic top. So that's this one in our lovely birdie fabric, which we still have lots of that fabric. And this one, yeah, this one is another top, and this is with the contrasting band. Although I say contrasting because I've not made it contrasting, but there is a seam here. I don't think you guys can see it, but I was just first playing around with the idea of how that would work, and I made a lovely thread loop, but it's snapped. And I bound the neckline on this one. Thought that would be nice, just a different change. So rather than using a facing, I use bias binding, which I do absolutely love. And then I top stitched it. So yeah, I like that one a lot. I put the cuffs on it as well. Such a lovely colour. We did have this in stock, but I don't think we do anymore. So yes, there is my shift dresses. How many were there? There's 1, 2, 3 tops, and there's a couple more somewhere as well. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think I've got another one as well. Just hang on a second. There is another one. I thought I had. I was thinking, where's my yellow one? This is another one, and this is the, I made this out of a kind of crepe, wool crepey mix. It's quite an unusual colour, and it's quite difficult to wear, but I just love the colours. And I then decorated it with the little stones, if you can see, round the cuffs and also around the neckline. So yeah, we've got all these lovely little sew-on stones in the shop, and it was another just showing people how you could use them to decorate something. But yeah, I do love this. That's it for today, guys. So you can see my shift dress obsession. If you want me to show you any of my other sew over it patterns, I have got a lot of other things. Betty dress probably is another one of mine. So maybe I'll do that another time. But I hope you found this interesting, and I hope you're all having a nice day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!